breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page lies, it's about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. What is happening? Did I write Tuesday? It's Wednesday. I think I just wrote Happy Tuesday. It's Wednesday. Middle of the week. What is going on? All right, let me make sure we're streaming good. We are good to go. What's up, Miss Shelly Ross over there on the East Coast of Florida? Stacy is on the Virgin Islands. Yes, I see that. I think, Stacy, is that where you're at? I know we got Felipe being stubborn, bringing lots of rain, a lot of flooding rain. What's up, Miss Kitron? Good morning. What's up, John? Eastern Puerto Rico. Yeah, Eastern Puerto Rico got rain, huh? I know it's really close. I looked at the radar this morning, and it looked like you all on the outskirts there of Puerto Rico were definitely getting it. Good morning, Miss Cindy. Morning, Charnel from New Orleans. Doing some salt wedge homework. That's a big story in Louisiana right now. Gulf of Mexico is moving in. Darren, ABC Dustin never disappoints. When you tell them we love you, we love them. Christy from New Bern. Kim Bauer, what's up? Louis is yawning away. He is very bored. All right, so we're streaming live here from Oldsmar, Florida. We do this every day. We love talking weather. We're going to be live tomorrow and Friday. We'll be talking about tropics and all weather. I am not a real meteorologist. I am a social media ologist, if that's such a thing. Content creator. Maya, the Rays looked terrible yesterday. Oh, my goodness. I went on a rant. I had to delete my Facebook post because it started getting nasty on there. I don't know what it is about comments anymore. I just turned political, and I'm like, we can delete that thread. I left it over on X, though, but can't go, man. The game's at 3 o'clock. Can't get Sarah and Emily off of school in time, and it's just tough, man. 3 o'clock. They should schedule these games a little more way out in advance so we know when the times are, first off, and make it more reasonable. I know they're trying to get TV ratings, but football plays multiple games at multiple times. I mean, because I guarantee if it was at night, we'd be there. But 3 o'clock just can't happen. And it's a bummer. But we'll be watching them. Yeah, it was two lawns, Miss Loretta Reed. Yep. Rosemary from Fort Myers. How's it looking down in Fort Myers Beach, Rosemary? 1 year ago, Ian. All right. Well, let's talk weather here. We'll say hi to a few more. The nerve of them. I've seen a bunch of shout outs already. Big thanks to our good friends at ABC, especially the one in Destin. We've had 2 people now say that they go to Destin, ABC. So big thanks to them, all the supporters here on our page. A lot of Brew Crew subscribers. We love you to death. Really can't thank everybody enough. Website's looking good. Still waiting on the Twitter list, though, to come back. Really bummed out about that. One day we'll get our Twitter list back, but hey, I was doing some reading today on it. Nothing yet. Also, big thanks to Done Right Roofing here locally. Pinellas, Pasco, Hillsboro. Any roofing work you need, they are big supporters of our local community along with our webpage. Big fans. Appreciate them. Got a cool book in the mail yesterday. Check this out. It was from Kirk Jockel. I hope I got his name right. But it's about Hurricane Michael. And he sent me some signed copies. But we actually have our own chapter in the book. Chapter 20. Look at that. So, thank you, Kirk. I really appreciate the book. I'm not a book reader, but I think I'll read this one. I'm going to put it in the camper. It's all about Hurricane Michael, leading up, during, post. But I don't think we've ever been in a chapter in a book before, so that's pretty neat. Quoting Mike. I think the storm is being underplayed. Could be a problem. It was. So anyway, thanks for the book. Check it out if you're a book reader. Support. Right there. That's it. For all you book readers. And hurricane gurus. So that's pretty cool. All right. What's going on in the weather world? Let's take some coffee together. We got a lot to talk about. Not a lot of stress, just weather. Bermuda Barbara. Yeah, we're going to talk about Felipe heading your way. Sloppy tropical system. Story time, Liz. Hey, James Fort. Happy anniversary. 42 years. That is fantastic. Everybody wish James a happy anniversary. Julie's birthday. Cindy, the author, was right here. I'll show you. I don't want to. Kirk Jockel. I hope I got his name right. But right there. That's the name of the book. Right there. And it's called Michael. So, yeah. Here we go. Happy anniversary. All right. Here's everything in a nutshell. As we do every day, let's talk about things. All right. First and foremost, smoke and fire map, right? Oh, my God. I had a TikTok video. I had almost 700,000 views on it. Unbelievable. It went absolutely viral. Let's see what it's at right now. People really responded to it. 665,000 views. So if you're not following me on TikTok, do it. But anyway, Canadian wildfire smoke in Florida. There's a lot of theory that it was sugar canes. Maybe it was. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it was from Canada. We were following it as it came down with that cold front. Sinking air, high pressure, sinking air. Sunk it down. Today's map, a little better today. Orange is kind of unhealthy. And that was the upper panhandle into Georgia. So you can kind of see the darker plumes here. About right here. That's where the heaviest stuff is right now. There's a little bit left in Central Florida. Quite a bit. But the heaviest stuff is retreated a little bit. And we still have some unhealthy readings here across the panhandle in the lower Georgia and Alabama. But for what we had yesterday, it was unbelievable. It was like the sky was white. I mean, it was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen ever. It wasn't that classic hazy orange. It was just white. It was just white outside. Everything was white. Crazy. So Hey, Shelly, you did read a lot. Yeah, well, maybe it was sugar canes too. Could have been a combination. But the Rays, oh my God, the Rays were bad. We got the Rays at 3 o'clock. Somebody just said, go Rays. Yep. So anyway, good news. A little bit of relief today with the smoke, and it's going to get a little better. Some of the models I saw yesterday had it curving back up, kind of spinning back upwards. So the tail kind of, all the stuff that was here is kind of spun back up this way. So we're seeing some unhealthy air up in Mississippi too. So all this that we had yesterday is kind of making its way back around. So that's why we're getting some high unhealthy signatures here across the Panhandle into lower Georgia, lower Alabama. So there's where that's at today. All right, what else we got? Big rain. All right, so we got some flooding rain today. A lot of this area is in a big drought, so it's definitely welcoming. Not this much rain, but it is heavy rain. We got a frontal line here that's going to be flattening out, and guess what? Coming through Florida. So frontal line today, bringing lots of rain. Going to bring some rain for the Northeast again soon. But that's, legitimate chance for some floods today. Flooding means fast rains, over roadways, flash flooding. So there's that today. And then tropics. Here's tropics map. So this is overall look at the satellite. And we have Felipe, who has actually done what it's not supposed to do. As a matter of fact, if you go to Felipe's page here, we can look at archive graphics. This will be interesting to watch. Let's look at graphics archive. 5-day with line. What the heck? With the line. Look at this. Watch the history here of Felipe. It wasn't even supposed to get to the islands. Look. This is September 30th. I mean, look. Here's October. Look at it. It's still going west. Now it's almost over Puerto Rico. Now it's finally making that track north, but totally. Here's the first track. Originally, it was supposed to curve well before the islands. And that was back on September 23rd. We've been tracking this 11 days. 11 days. 11 days ago. Right here. Boom. This is Felipe. And then, let's see. When did it start changing its mind? All right. So there's the curve. Way away from the islands. Then it's, whoa. Now it's supposed to go down a little bit. This is Monday last week. Then it was like, it might be a depression toward Hispaniola. Let's see. Now it's going to go down towards Puerto Rico. So that actually ended up right. So back on Wednesday, September 27th, the forecast was correct. But it's still a storm today. So not really correct because it was supposed to weaken. All right. So then what happens? Oh, nope. Not going to do that. It's going to do that. This is the last Thursday. Nope. It's going to hit the brakes. It's going to turn north of the islands now. It's really going to turn north to the islands now. Totally missed the Leeward Islands, Virgin Islands. Look, this is last Thursday. And then it just started trickling more west. Here's Saturday, Sunday. Oh, guess what? Going west again. There's yesterday, or Monday, and then yesterday. So, man, and in the meantime, it's been trending towards Bermuda now and trending towards Maine. What? It is so deja vu that I actually posted by accident today, Lee, because it reminds me of us tracking Lee. Here's current radar. Heavy rain, Puerto Rico. Heavy rain, Virgin Islands. This right here, St. Thomas. This area right here looks like it might spin up your way. So heavy rain on the way. This current. Sloppy. Got some spin though. You can see the rains here kind of coming to the south. Rain's coming to, so we got some sort of a center here. But, heavy rain for a big part of Puerto Rico here on the eastern side. And, big rain. A lot of flooding last few days. So that's a current look, and I think I added it to the website. So go to Spaghetti Models, there it is. So I added the current look of this is live radar from National Weather Service out of Puerto Rico. So if you're curious about radar, there it is. I also added the key messages now that we're getting closer to land. I didn't think about that, but they were always on the page. Here's some of your rain outlooks. It's really hard to see, though. But there's your 72-hour rain maps showing heavy rain, several inches possible. And that's through the 7th. So this ain't going to be moving very fast. They're talking about a lot of rain still to come. What if we got a rain map here? No, we don't have it. So they got the rain map, but it's so dang small. Now, who the heck can read this? Anybody from the National Hurricane Center? Because you can't read that. They gave this graphic, but when you zoom in on it, you can't see anything. So you can kind of see it's 2 inches, 4 inches maybe in red. So 2 inches maybe for eastern Puerto Rico. But that, that can lead to big trouble. All right, here's the latest track. So there you go. No confidence, David. Nope. That was probably the most busted forecast ever as far as tracks go. Shelly, we only got 4 names left. Can you believe it? William Strunk. That's funny. Lloyd. I don't know. At one time, it was pointing towards Caribbean. I think if you look back, we've talked about it. I didn't even kind of keep up with it, honestly, until yesterday when it really looked like it was raining. Never say never, Cliff. 100%. 100%. We'll look back at some spaghetti models. I know looking back at some of my posts, I can look back somehow on past media and see what the early spaghetti models were showing. I think I can look at media maybe. Here. Media. Let me go back and look here. I think I can go back at least to like the 26. Let's see if I can go back to the 26. Oh my God, I tweet so much. All right, 3 days, 4 days. Hold on. Got me curious now. Here's 5 days. There's a few models, 5 days, kind of showing it. Maybe that was posted on 5 days ago, 29th. Let's see if we can get any more. Here's more Felipe. Behind Felipe, that was, what was it, Rena? I don't know. Ooh, hey. Here you go. September 26th. Cliff, this is for you. So this was posted September 26th. Kind of hit it right there. Look. You can kind of, let me turn it a little bit. The lighting's all terrible on the phone. Let's see if I can, can't really see it. Well, let me turn the light off here. There we go. So that was back, there it is right there. That was back on September 26th for Felipe. So the models were pretty good right there. They were pretty much showing a skirt just north of Puerto Rico. So yeah, I don't know what changed, but anyway. But as far as Bermuda goes, listen, we got to talk about that. So we could have a 60-mile-an-hour subtropical storm nearing Maine this weekend. A land-falling subtropical storm. Again, the H-Wharf showing a 970 range system. What's up, Mr. Nick White? Good morning, Miss Tropical Troubles. Not bad yet in Puerto Rico. Alberto, nope. I think the eastern side got most of the rain right on the edges there. I don't know. Yeah, why does Canada's getting more storms than anybody this year? That's right. Hey, thanks for the stars there, MT Mapes. I appreciate that. All right, so Bermuda Thursday. We're going to show you some things here. It's going to be sloppy by the time it gets to Bermuda. So tomorrow you're going to start to see some rain bands probably as this thing decides to pull north tomorrow night. And then, of course, Maine. Now, there's 2 big rain pockets with this thing, the storm itself and then another front out ahead of it. So there's a double whammy of rains coming to the New England area from this system. But we're getting it curving around a little bit of a weakness here, and instead of a turn, we're seeing more of a turn east or west versus east. Latest spaghetti models just came out on Tropical Tidbits. You can see Bermuda right here. Here's Bermuda right there. It doesn't really matter. The system's going to be really sloppy by the time it gets to Bermuda. So that's Bermuda. But, you know, we're seeing more and more turning towards Maine. So, yeah, we talked so much about Lee. This one might be about the same. 60-mile-an-hour winds expected officially from the National Hurricane Center. That means Nova Scotia is going to get big winds regardless as the east side rotates on by. But yeah, this is like deja vu all over again, right? And this rain's going to spread inland here into Canada. So look at that. What do you think about that? This is Felipe, not Lee. All right, so tomorrow we got people in Bermuda watching. Tomorrow, some of these rains. So we got an old front line that's hanging out over the Atlantic. So you're going to start getting rains tomorrow from that. The core of the system is going to be sneaking up towards you more later today, Thursday. And we can start to see some pretty heavy action for you tomorrow into Friday. So this isn't a lot of winds. It's only 1,003 millibar, but that's heavy rain rotating towards you. So definitely Thursday rains tomorrow, and things really pick up, it looks like, on Friday. So you could have a lot of rain on Friday, it looks like, according to the latest Euro, latest GFS, similar. Heavy rain Friday morning as this thing scoots on by. So it's going to be sloppy as it passes you. It looks like, you know, a little bit to the west, but because it's kind of tied in with this frontal line that's out there right now. I don't know if I got a surface chart big enough to show that right now. There's your surface chart, kind of an old frontal line that's hanging out there. You can kind of see it right there. The full Atlantic surface here. Let me show you. There we go. So here's your full Atlantic surface. This is the frontal line that is actually going to kind of bubble up, and some of that moisture from Felipe is going to rotate into that and kind of fuel those rains up into Bermuda. So looks like a lot of rain. Doesn't look like a lot of wind. Normal stuff you're used to. I'm sure. Nothing too out of the ordinary. But still be windy, you know. I mean, Euro's still showing, you know, decent gusts, man. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. I mean, that's windy. That's Friday morning. So Thursday for sure, things start to go downhill tomorrow as that frontal line merges up with our system, and then heavy winds possible coming in from the east on Friday morning. So that's the worst case scenario right there, but that's pretty windy, man. Bermuda getting hit again. Wind gusts possibly 65. Then we go to Maine. Now, this thing's going to be feeding off of that frontal line coming in, and so there's going to be a chance that it could get a little deeper, and NHC talks about that. A lot of time these systems use that mid-level energy to try to get a little stronger. So as of now, according to the latest Euro, here's the two lines of rain we're talking about. Here's Sunday at 3 a.m. So here's that front line that we're talking about today with the flooding rains in Texas. This frontal line on Saturday morning right here. Then we get throughout the day on Saturday. Here's Saturday throughout the day. So already having this show up on a lot of models, but this is Saturday a.m. Two different areas. We got area number 1, which is the front. And then we, of course, have number 2, which is Felipe. So double whammy on the rains this weekend. And it could get quite heavy here Saturday night, Long Island northward. Here's our system rotating in. You know, and there you go. I mean, big storms, big rain again into Maine. I mean, that's heavy rainfall. Could be a flooding concern. We already had a bunch of power outages last time. I think, you know, we had almost 100,000 people without power at one time for the last system in Maine. Heavy rain fueling in off of that frontal line. So, you know, we could see a lot of rain here across Maine. Now, the wind, biggest winds are definitely going to be on the eastern side as normal. So New Brunswick area, again, up in the Halifax, are going to get a lot of action. This is Sunday morning, like 8 or 1 a.m. This is overnight. So Saturday night, you're going to start to feel the winds. Saturday night, as our system approaches, and then big stuff overnight, Saturday into Sunday morning, and then boom, there we go. Deja vu all over again. Could be some big winds here on eastern parts of Maine this time if this thing keeps trending a little bit more. So we could have more of an landfall from Felipe than we did with Lee and cause a little more problem up in Maine. Yes, so that is a real deal. Landfalling possibility. Let's go to tropical tidbits. We can look at some hurricane models here and really show you what's going on. So the H-Wharf always does pretty good. So here, 10 meter wind speeds, just kind of showing you a deepening system, and quite low. I mean, we're talking 972 pressure. These are surface winds, so max wind close to hurricane strength, just shy here on the Nova Scotia side. This is Saturday night into Sunday morning, overnight hours. Then, of course, wherever this thing decides to go, it's still going to be 969 millibars. So still pretty low deepening system. Now, I'm not going to overhype this thing. I think I did last time a little bit with these pressure readings because everybody's so used to nor'easters up there. But, yeah, what's up with that? Maine getting 2 storms. Nobody thought that was coming. Here's the H-halves model showing you 978, really close to landfall again. So, big winds into Nova Scotia, and then possibly some big winds around the center if this thing keeps trending a little bit to the west. Has-B's been doing pretty good with our system so far, Felipe. And again, 974. So it's going to be a nasty weekend up there in Maine. A lot of rain. Some of the rain maps are showing, pretty good significant rainfall. Let's look at a blend of models here. Kind of show you that. What's cooking here in the northeast. Here is rains. And let's go straight to Maine. Do we have ME, Maine? There you go. There's the heavy rain. So, pretty significant. Orange is, 2 to 3 inches. So, pretty much the whole state's going to get at least an inch. So, how about that? That's through the weekend. This is through Sunday. So, yeah, a lot of rain. And that's everybody. Look at the whole Northeast. Look at this. So, not only Maine, but look, some of this rains are with that frontal line coming down. But heavy rain all in New York, northern part of Pennsylvania and Jersey here, Long Island. So, combined with the frontal line and tropical moisture, it's going to be a lot of rain there for New England area this weekend. Out ahead of it. So it could start as early as Friday. A lot of this is that frontal line as it comes down. And that same frontal line going to bring some 40s to the panhandle. Oh, hey, Kat from St. Thomas Virgin Islands. You got a big band of rain heading your way still this morning. William, I just got you, buddy, on the rainfall prediction for Maine. Alberto, yep. San Juan might be right on the edge of not getting much. Oh, speaking of fire pit there, Mr. Bill, I gotta buy one. Remember I told you the story that mine rusted out? I was gonna get one so I have it time for the weekend. There's my to-do list today. See you, Tiffany Phillips. Enjoy your meeting. All right, so let's talk about the tropics. Oh, yeah, we got that emergency test here today, too. 1:20 Central Daylight Time, 2:20 Eastern Daylight Time. That's going to mess up my nap. Donnie, are we home free for October? I don't know yet. Here we go. Let's talk about that. Anthony, let's look at steering maps real quick. I'm kind of curious, too. I know there's a high pressure building in over Canada there. A high pressure system. Let's go to Eastern U.S. You might be able to get. Let's just leave that one up. That one kind of covers everybody right there. North Atlantic. Let's get ready to rumble. All right. So there's your high pressure. See the high pressure system? Basically, it gets blocked. Here's Sunday. So the high pressure system kicks our system away. Classic Sandy steering pattern that we were watching back in the day with high pressure that came across and kind of blocked any exit. So definite signs of a strong high pressure system that's going to be blocking over the weekend. It forces this to go a little bit more west. And that is definitely a trend to keep watching if you live in Maine. Again, it's going to be a sloppy system, but still heavy rain and some winds regardless. So, again, it's, keyword sloppy system. Remember that. It's not anything too organized right now, but it will bring power outages again. Maybe not as many, because hopefully all the trees that were weak are down, and survival of the fittest up there maybe. But there will be a little more winds possibly, because it might be more of a direct hit into Maine. Remember, the strongest winds remain more towards the Canada side with Lee, because this kept shifting eastward, and now this system keeps shifting westward. So that's definitely New England area watching this weekend for that. All right, let's get on to the next topic, which would be the tropics for us, close to home. Home sweet home. Home Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. Ho! LA Key, smash the like button. Thank you. Hey, we're almost up to 70,000, Shelly. Our goal is 100,000 YouTubers. Eden, how did I create the website? Well, the website was started in 2004. Mainly it was just a place to put all the links and graphics for people to see everything. And I still use it every day. I click on everything every day. I look at steering maps. I just scroll and I click and, look at weather stories. Here's the rain coming from that front. Remember we talked about the New England area? This is for Saturday. This is not the tropical, kind of the tropical system. So this is a blend of that frontal line and tropical system coming up. So look at that big old area. That's something I need to post after the live. So that's Saturday rains. Kind of what we just showed, but that's flooding potential. That's day 4. We have a day 5 map. I thought they have an experimental day 5 map now. Oh yeah. Here's day 5. Is that day 5? Here's day 5. Is that day 5? I think that's day 5. Or is that day 4? Okay, let's see here. It says day 5. Oh yeah, it's day 5. So there's Sunday. So we got day 4, day 5. So here's Saturday. So here's Saturday flooding. And they're already showing day 5 flooding for Sunday. So for sure, man, Northeast is going to get a lot of rain, and that's not good. They get a lot of rain. As a matter of fact, let's look at that Euro model. Take a look at some of the rainfall totals here. And there's your 2 distinct lines of rains. So you get your frontal line rains of first part of the weekend, and then you get your storm itself coming in. So yeah, we could have some sneaky rains down here, well west of wherever Felipe goes. This is down in the Long Island area, and they just had a tremendous amount of rain and flooding. So this could be another storyline in the making here over the weekend. Something definitely keep your eye on. GFS is a little less aggressive on New York area, but look at the rains here for Felipe, and notice most of the heavy stuff is off to the west. But 4 inches. Some of these areas in Vermont, New Hampshire, have had bad flooding this year already. So 3 to 4 or 5 inches is not good. In upstate New York, definitely a big story in the making is the flooding this weekend in New England and the Northeast, for sure. So, how about that? All right. So this is an updated global tropics hazards map that we posted on that got posted yesterday. We have 2 areas that they're watching as potential areas of development. The only notable takeaway from this map is this, 20% chance in the hatched area, 40% in the dark red. Same pattern as what they're seeing. Tropical waves are sneaking by now that Felipe's gone. You have old frontal boundaries, and there's Central American juice, basically like a Central American gyre that can cross over. So we have 3 scenarios of possible seeds to plant for tropical development, and they went red later in the month. So definitely, this is a place to watch in October. Historically, most of your systems that develop stem from the Caribbean. Don't see very many in the BOC, but you see a lot in the Caribbean. But the conditions are definitely, we talk about this a lot. The conditions are definitely showing, more favorable than not favorable as far as moisture goes. Some of your MJO signatures, wind shear, hard to tell. El Nino should be a lot of wind shear down there. Frontal lines bring wind shear, so nothing's showing up too strong development, but this is a new map they just released yesterday, and it kind of shows our 2 areas to watch. So basically, the tropics aren't over yet. Officially, the season ends November 30th. I bet you didn't know that. Most people don't know that. November 30th. All right, so let's go into the models on what that shows. I'm just reading comments here. I wish I could get my eye drops. I'm going to go get my eye drops because my eyes... Here, play a song. I'll be right back. My eyes are bothering me. Okay. Sorry about that. I got one eye that's really giving me fits. I was out there washing the camper. There we go. Oh, I can see again. Woo! All right. Well, here is some other stuff to look at. All right. This is your probability percentage map. Now, this is stuff I posted this morning. This is the Euro. These are tropical depression signatures. But mainly, as I track this map through the days, you start to see a little more percentages. And this percentage came up just a little bit overnight. The Euro is starting to really feel like something could develop here middle month. So we have that. That's that's not hype. That's real. We'll dive into that a little bit more here in a second. And then I posted this because it said ABC. We went to TBBC ABCC last night. But this is basically everything in a nutshell. This is your GFS ensemble map. And the European is almost exactly the same. So we have this is the middle of the month. We have a lot of signature of systems in the Pacific indicating a lot of moisture here across the Central America. We have a couple tropical waves currently I need to show you, but definitely signs that the Pacific could get going. There's signs that some of this energy is going to get pulled upwards, possibly from the weekend front that we have this weekend. This weekend's front is going to drape possibly next week and pull a little bit of this moisture northward. And that's where these ensembles are for B. And that would be generally a sloppier system heading off to the northeast. And then we have C. C are tropical waves that are sneaking through now that could mingle with all this stuff. So this time of year, tropical waves, old frontal lines, all this helps lower pressures, and we have that hot water down there. So anything that sneaks by as a wave, as an old front, Pacific energy, gets going this time of year. And that's as simple as ABC right there. We talk about those hot waters. The hot waters are warmest of the season, record warmth still, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees above normal. So things would not have a hard time to try to get spinning other than wind shear. Wind shear would be the big negative that would help keep anything from organizing. Any system that does develop, though, the wind shear is going to blow everything off to the east. So we could have some sloppy conditions for Florida regardless here in a week or two. More like the end of next week. But as they all get pushed off, pulled up with the front, turned this way. So I thought that was interesting. We go to surface charts right now currently, and we have 3 waves out there. 2 actually. Where's our third one at? This is future map, but all right, 2 waves. So anyway, these tropical waves, once Felipe pulls north, a little bit of high pressure is going to build in below it, and these waves are going to sneak on by. And if you look at 72-hour forecast map, there we go. So here's 72 hours from now, which is, 3 days? So towards the weekend, here's the big front coming in towards the weekend. This little guy right here, it's coming down. Waves are coming this way. There's another wave coming this way. Low pressure here, low pressure here. So you're going to have all this general low pressure area towards next week. And that's generally where you look. Tropical waves, got a little spin already. Frontal lines help lower pressures. And then you have this whole general gyre of low pressure in itself. So, there you go. We'll see. ABC. Let's look at tropical tidbits. We'll look at all the models here, and then we'll look at some more ensembles. But the important thing to note is this. None of the main operational runs are showing anything too organized. There has been a few occasional hurricanes. Canadian showed one. GFS showed one. There are some ensembles showing development. So we'll look at those. But this is the general thinking with the main operational runs. Mike Soul singing 3 Little Birds. 3 little waves. Tropical troubles, I know you. Well, Panhandle's dry. Yeah, well, you probably got some rain coming. This frontal line. I don't know if this frontal line is going to give you much rain or not, though, honestly. No, it's a dry front. See, look at that. Oh, here's your 5-day rain forecast. So, even though we got a front coming, there's not a lot of moisture with it. Here's your rainfall through Monday morning. So the front's already passed. No rain for the Panhandle. This is 5-day rain forecast. So hey, you got plans in the south and the east. Guess what? You got good weather. A lot of Fall Fest, a lot of Oktoberfest. There you go. Christmas stuff. Oh man, that's too. I gotta take out bones. So today is the beginning of Halloween decorations. Wish me luck. And we supposed to have a softball tournament this weekend. Dealing with that drama, high school drama. High school sports are very bad sometimes. Sometimes the coaches don't forget that they're the adults. And that they should be a little more than that. But anyway. All right, so individual models are this. Here we go. So we got no signs of anything strong yet, which is good news. But as far as development goes, look at what's cooking. So here is the weekend. There's a little bit of spin here coming off of the Pacific. We got a little bump here, tropical wave. Basically, frontal leftovers, and the latest Euro pulls up whatever this is into the BOC. And we have a little bit of spin showing the end of next week. So that one's, not too much to worry about. Some of the rain, some of the modeling showing like a frontal line coming through Florida a week from Saturday. But the main thing is we got some spin here in the BOC, and it's been pretty consistent on the Euro. A lot of this Central American gyre kind of gets it going. And that's what we got. That's a long way away. Nothing to worry about for sure, but definitely something to watch. That's what we do. We watch areas and see if they're consistent and patterns and history. And the GFS has shown a little more aggressiveness on it in the past. It's showing it merging with a frontal line here the end of next week. Here, kind of sloppy. 995 pressure. No, it's still 996. So, even it's just set up like this, you're going to have a lot of storms and a lot of nasty weather potentially here with that warm Gulf. But it's not very organized. It did have an organized system a couple times, so we'll keep watching. But, this whole massive low pressure thing has really got my attention. Just general low pressures in general is really amazing, actually. So the good news is, like I said, not a lot of development on that. The Canadian model basically showed the same thing. Some sort of a low pressure area pulling up, combining with the front, the end of next week. So that's good. I mean, it's just so far not showing a lot of potential for too strong a development. There will be a little pocket of light wind shear. There's an incoming front. So, yeah, I mean, but that's the area. I mean, that's basically where we're at. So we're not any more solid than yesterday. No more, we're seeing this system here pull up. So the main thing is whatever it's trying to develop next week looks like it's trying to pull up into that BOC. See it? This is the icon going north, getting picked up. The GFS kind of shows it pulling up. See that? So that is a very common theme here we've been seeing for days now. There's the Euro. Pops it up through. So, yeah. There you go. We didn't look at the Korean model yesterday. I meant to, and I forgot all about it. So let's look at the KMA. KMA. Let's see. Tropical Atlantic. Let's do that. Here we go. 00Z. Wow. Really good model support on this whole concept here of crossover. So the Korean model, which has done good this year, shows that crossover happening next Wednesday. And that's pretty low pressure, 989. And it keeps it 982. And no, we don't want to go there. That's where Idalia went. But definitely it's sloppy. This is all low pressure. Man, my experience with low pressure, now obviously it didn't pan out too well in the nor'easter type of a setup, but still 980 is pretty low pressure for the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, we got to watch this area, I'm telling you. There's your sheared system, very sloppy. Whoa. So here's next Thursday. So here's what a sheared sloppy system looks like. So look at all these winds into Florida. This is next Wednesday, next Thursday, next week. But these are 850 winds. They're not really surface winds, but it gives you an idea where the core of the system might go if it pops out of the... So again, remember, this is not really organized per se, but still, it's very interesting. 10-meter winds. I mean, it's still a pretty good little pocket of winds right there. Let me tell you what. That's very interesting. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you. When's Dennis's wedding? I didn't even know he had a wedding. God, this is crazy right here. Now, this would be... This is the first model that I've seen that actually means get the storm tracer ready. This is next Thursday. These are strong winds into the Bay Area again. Wow. But we're not going to go there yet. We're not going to get too worked up yet until we know for facts that there's a chance. But that's really interesting. Big time. Let's go back to the Gulf here and take a look at 10-meter winds. Let's just look at the winds, what the Euro is saying, even though it's sloppy. So, see, it's not really showing much. It's next Thursday. Big difference. Next Thursday. GFS. Well, there's that frontal line. This is Saturday, but, just kind of showing you it's picking up some junk down here. And so, regardless, the end of next week, it's going to be very interesting what's going on in Florida. Let's see what yesterday's 12Z showed. Yeah, a lot weaker system. But same general idea next Thursday right here. So it's got my attention pegged for now, what's going on coming up out of the BOC. The BOC. All right, another thing here. Let's look at ensembles. So let's look at Weather Nerds. You can see Weather Nerds are free. We can zoom in here a little bit. Take a look at that. And taking a look at Loop here. Let's take a look at that. All right, so this is weathernerds.org. D.O. Delgado, it would keep the name if it didn't turn into like a remnant low, it would keep its name. If it still had some sort of structure, then it would keep the name. Typically, when they cross the mountains of Mexico, like they would turn into a new name, an Atlantic name, typically. So, need more cowbell, Amanda. Let's do cowbell. Cover your... Maybe that'll bring the Rays some good luck today. Hopefully. Hey, y'all. Tom, what's up? Good morning. Baycare. Don't like going to Baycare. I don't like going to hospital. Not you all, just don't like Hospitals. Pink line. I know, Maya, right? That's one of those waves trying to get going. Mike, we do need 19,000 in the stands. I know. We have our reasons why we can't go, but well, shout out to Baycare, Amanda. Thank you. We love you too. Even though you mail invoices for like $1.80. Shelly. How was my holiday? What holiday? Panama City. Vicky, I bet you they're beautiful right now. It's going to be very cold this weekend up there. Sunday for sure. Sunday night. Oh my God. Cold, 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 cold. All right. So here are your latest ensembles, basically showing you two things. Some showing a development of a tropical wave. This is timing would be next Monday, this week, coming up. So you can see during the week next week we're seeing some ensembles, not a lot of them, not a 51 member majority, but you're seeing quite a few. Most of these are very sloppy. 1,000 millibar, 999, 998. That's, tropical stormish, subtropical stormish. We do have a Lone Ranger down here showing, development in the Caribbean, which is always possible. But you get that general feeling here that crossover, low pressure area is something to still keep watching. Basically, that's bottom line. So we don't have 100% consistency, but we are seeing all operational runs are showing a crossover. Let's see what the UK shows. Even the UK we have not looked at, but that would be the 6 model. So the GFS, Euro, Canadian, and Icon, and now the Korean model are all showing a crossover in the Pacific side early next week, which could put some energy into the BOC to watch. And let's take a look at the UK. Where the hell did the UK go? Right here, UK. God, it's right in front of me. All right. Gulf of Mexico, it doesn't go out very far, but we can at least look at 850. Let's see if Wednesday, well, it's hard to even see that. Let's go Caribbean. All right. It's not even really showing it. So 5 out of 6 models are showing a crossover of some sort. Early part of next week. This is next Wednesday. There's our little GFS system. Pops it up, gets it into the Gulf, and then, regardless of development, I mean, we could just see a nasty frontal line coming up through, and this is typical of an El Nino winter. When they talk about El Nino winters in the South, especially Florida, the jet stream fuels storms, and that could really be a signature that, regardless of tropical development, we could see some strong storms across the South and Florida next weekend. The Euro showing the crossover right here, and whatever is left gets into the Gulf. Yeah, so there's good model consistency that something's going to plop over, merge with an approaching frontal line into the following weekend. So we're definitely looking at a time frame that not a lot of time for anything to get too developed, if it were to get down there, unless it were to linger. KMA is very aggressive on wind speed, but here it is: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's merging with the front, fast moving, wouldn't have a lot of time to develop. But regardless, we could still see some nasty weather later next week across the southeast, especially Florida. If this thing ends up doing what it looks like it's doing. So that's that. Got my attention pegged a little bit, for sure. Yeah, so here's next Friday. A week from Friday. Here's a little later on the GFS, but look at that. Tropical troubles. That would be a week from Friday, Saturday. There, heavy rain with that frontal line and whatever energy comes out from the Pacific. And then the Canadian more on the speed of the Euro. So, if anything, this is like a big, nasty front. Could bring some storms for sure. But tropical, very interesting. A lot of little question marks here developing later next week. And officially, if you think I'm hyping, like I said before, this is your official map from the NOAA Tropics Hazards Map, and they're highlighting both weeks now, this week and next week. So I'm sure what they're saying is, hot water, low pressure, and history. Those are areas to watch. And the conditions are lining up that we could see some halfway favorable conditions for something to try to get going that area. So a little bit of MJO pulse here coming next week in the Caribbean. The zonal shear looking quite favorable for middle part of October. So yeah, it's got some things to watch. So anyway, how about that? Rapid intensification like Lee. Eric, I don't know. I don't think so. Not with wind shear to the north, but if it lingered down there, the only thing that's really got my attention more than anything is these water temperatures. We keep showing them, but this is your anomaly maps, and they're 2 to 3 to 4 degrees or Celsius degrees Celsius above normal. So definitely be a little more fuel for this thing to try to get going here because the waters are so hot, hotter than normal, based on 30-year averages. So that would be your big question mark. Wendy, you're kind of correct, right? We got Lee and Idalia. Now we got Felipe and maybe something coming up. Same time frame. That would be very odd. What's up, Miss Vicky Hill? Oh, hope you feel better, Miss Vicky Hill. So there you go. I guess if the Rays lose tonight, Maya, we're done, right? That's sad to know. BOC, sorry, Bay of Campeche. All right, let's do a temperature check real quick, and then we'll start saying goodbye here because this is pretty fascinating. So it's not a lot of rain this weekend, but man, look at these temperatures. Southeast. This is on tropicaltidbits.com. We'll go to 2 meter shaded, and here's what we got for Saturday night. Not quite there yet. 60s will be kind of I-4 north, but look at Monday morning here. Or this is Sunday night. This is Sunday morning, actually. Sorry. I was like, what the hell happened? I was trying to cover. I was like, where did our cold weather go? There is our Sunday morning, Saturday night temperature. 60s for Interstate 4. 50s dipping in the green sections. 50s all across the Gulf Coast region. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. You all are in the low 50s. 40s making it to the panhandle Sunday morning. But even Monday's colder than that in spots here. We might have 50s down in Tampa Bay on Monday morning. These 50s are in green. They're going to skirt a little bit farther south. So basically Sunday morning, Monday morning, Very cool. First big cold front of the year. Any boaters out there, the timing of the front is going to be critical for you over the weekend with the winds. Looks like it's late Saturday night into Sunday. You're going to start to see, here's that front coming in. This is Saturday 5 p.m. So there's your frontal line. Is really strong Sunday 2 a.m. So living in Florida, you know what I'm talking about, right? When you start to feel those cool winds from the north, you know there's a cold front coming, right? There's a distinct howl that you can't even describe unless you're living in Florida, right? So overnight, Saturday night, we're going to have a strong wind from the north. That's cold attic air. And it still looks like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. It might have picked up a little bit of speed. Here's 7 a.m. But there's your big winds. Those are big winds. So, you know, any fishing going on Saturday night, Sunday, it does not look good. But your high temperatures for Sunday, this is amazing. Check this out. So you might not even break out of the 80s on Sunday. Now, this front, unfortunately, doesn't really make it down to Miami. But sorry. Let's look at humidity here. You'll see what I'm talking about here. There's that dryer. So yeah, I don't know, man. South Florida really doesn't get to enjoy it much, but there'll be a lot of blue sky on Sunday and Monday across the southeast. Pretty much everybody, really. This is a humidity map, so South Florida will stay a little muggy. Let's look at the low temps for Florida just because we have a lot of Floridians. Let's zoom in on FLA and see the high temperature for Sunday. High temp for Saturday, upper 80s and 90s all the way down the coast. Low 80s though for the Panhandle. This is Saturday, so it won't be too bad in the Panhandle. Low 80s. On Sunday, huge difference. Almost 10 degrees difference Sunday. This is Sunday high temperatures. Unfortunately, south of Okeechobee, still upper 80s. But 77, Daytona Beach for a high. 76, St. Augustine. High temperature around Panama in the low 70s on Sunday. 80 for Clearwater for a high temperature on Sunday. And then Monday about the same, but none look at low temperature on Sunday or Saturday night. So here's a huge difference. Here's your Saturday morning wake up temperatures, right? 60s aren't too bad, but here comes that front. Check this out. Sunday morning temperatures, boom, 40s in the Panhandle. There's a front line. I haven't really quite made it here yet. But look at Monday. Boom. 59 maybe in Tampa Bay. Monday morning. Oh, low temperature for Miami, 73 on Monday. Sorry about that. Fire pit. Shelly, look, it's on my list. I'm going to have to go to Amazon. I don't know if I should get a chimney. I love my chimney. I think I'm going to get a chimney again. I just love the swooshing sound of a chimney. Bobo's going on a cruise Bermuda Thursday. Does that be tomorrow? Oh, be there Saturday. Well, pretty much Saturday's fine. You'll be on the tail end of it. Bermuda's nasty as weather is going to be tomorrow and Friday. Friday's definitely the roughest day for Bermuda. Saturday, it'll be long gone. Saturday, it'll be almost up here somewhere near New England. So Friday's the bad day. So if you're sailing towards it, it should be okay. Should be okay. Shelly, I like it when the flames are kicking up 5 foot tall. Hey, I shared the cruise yesterday. We got to get some cruise cabins booked here. We're within about 5 months now. I think this is about the time last year we started promoting it a lot more. Now that summer's almost over. So if you're into cruising, we really would love to see you in our weather cruise. We're trying to keep it right at 50 cabins max. That's what we were at last year. It was very intimate. We liked that a lot. So we still got some left. It's during spring break. And we have all the details online, where we're going, where we set sail, all the activities. Reach out to Miss Kim Shipley. Here's her phone number. She'll get back to you right away. She's phenomenal to work with. Her email's right here, MP Cruise Group. It's on the website and her phone number. So don't be afraid to call. She'll help out you one-on-one. Everybody that's dealt with her has been completely satisfied. So, but it's a ton of fun. It's our 3rd annual cruise. We've met a lot of people on these cruises that don't even come with us, so we know the Mike Sweather Page family loves cruising. They love NASCAR and they love Rays and they love boats, so we'd love to see you on the cruise. And like I said, it's on the website right here. Boom, the MP Cruise. Furman's going to be a big part of it again. Furman Power Equipment, one of our great supporters here on the page, so we really appreciate that. All right. Well, that's a wrap. Covered everything in a nutshell. Weather in a nutshell. We'll keep an eye on the tropics. Nothing to worry about. Just looking ahead and looking at, what could come. It looks like next weekend, towards the end of the week, towards the weekend, not this one coming up, the following weekend, could be some nasty frontal line action regardless into the south and Florida, fueled by a strong jet stream. Tropical, though, we don't know. The Korean model is very interesting for sure. So we'll be watching that. All right. All right. Well, have a great day, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Thanks for watching on X, of course, Facebook. And hello to all new TikTok followers. I'll do a little video maybe here in a little bit. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.